Characters like Magik can be hard to digest. I mean, you already know she got a base form and then her dark child mode, which is a fundamental part of her soul, at times becomes the alternate personality that gives Illyana trouble. It's basically her dark side, but it's also talked about how she be trying to suppress her most of the time. I mean, it will even have time, depending on what realm she is, she will start taking on different forms. Like in this situation, she kind of looked like Dormammu. I guess you could say depending on which realm, it probably could change her appearance. See, Magik, her origin is pretty straightforward. Spent her first few years of her life on a farm collective in Russia until Colossus manifested his mutant abilities. As you can see, though she was still a child, no sign with mutant abilities, she came to the United States and lived with her brother and his compatriot X-Man. Soon after Illyana fell captive to Belasco, the demonic ruler of the Limbo Dimension, she endured a lot of tortures for several years, stripped portions of her soul, filled her with black magic, and bonded her to a mystical sword. She has since returned as Magik to the X-Men and her teammates on the New Mutants, but her struggle continues to maintain control of this darkness. She's armed with her soul sword, her teleporting mutant stepping disc, and incredible mystic powers. She is what monsters fear. When you go off her handbooks, you can tell she's one of those characters that's heavy in the magic arena. It's talked about how she's a superhuman powerful mutant and a highly expert sorceress. She has the power of teleportation, and when she teleports through limbo first, another dimension, and then pops up at her location. This kind of stuff is reiterated here in different handbooks, and it's talked about when it comes to her gear. It's the physical embodiment of her mystical might. It's basically kryptonite to supernatural beings, magical beings. So yeah, don't get hit by this if you're a magical being. She's one of those characters that evolves as time goes by. As you can see in handbooks, she looks younger, older. Just through these years, she's training. You can see her young, having training sessions via swordsmanship. You can see it here. That's why she be improving as time goes by. Like, she be putting in work. Without a blade or anything, she just straight up has hand-to-hand combat skills. So she just can fight. She studied many grimoires, magical books, read all of Belasco's books. Even young, she was considered a child sorceress, a prisoner apprentice of Belasco, learned a lot from him. Her young mind is like a sponge, and arcane knowledge, the water it absorbs, getting mentored, you know. And if you want to get more lore and read all this, you can. It just adds to her mythos. You see her different uniforms. She changes, became an avatar of the Phoenix Force. I'm going to try to focus on her without temporary powers like the Phoenix Force, though, because she's a beast without temporary power-ups. You ever seen the anime called Black Clover, the anime? Her sword kind of reminds me of that. It's a character that pretty much counters Magik with his sword. Like, her soul sword is known for breaking enchantments, magical enchantments. Comics like this double down on the fact that her sword breaks enchantment. She broke the Crimson Badge of Sidorak that Scarlet Witch was using to restrain powerhouses like Colossus. I mean, she stated herself her sword likes to eat magic, so stated it cuts through all magic, can destroy anything of magical origin. It's fatal to demons. It's all because of this soul sword she herself created. Kind of made Enchantress powerless here, a super high-end magic being. I don't know if you can say this isn't just her at this point. She can summon her sword to her at will. You can't just steal her weapon from her. I mean, if you're going to be technical about this soul sword, I mean, it's literally manifested by her. So I guess technically it doesn't even have to be a sword, honestly. Since it's a manifestation of its creator and it was forged from part of her grief, she can kind of change it to wherever she wants, but she just chooses a sword most of the time. The soul sword is a manifestation of her soul. Like, okay, she already can kind of teleport to limbo whenever she wants to. That's kind of like her thing anyway, but then her sword has her own pocket universe she can store souls in. Well, I guess it is called Soul Sword. I guess that makes sense. This kind of reminds me of Magik from Marvel Comics. In combat, her teleportation can be used in very creative ways. Like, she can literally escape almost any situation by using the stepping disc, teleport her and her friends to safety before they can get hit. By the way, you can't enter her portals without her permission because she can just make a shielding in her portal to where you can't enter. Somebody can throw a shield at her. She can teleport it away with her stepping disc. It's stated she's such a teleporter she can move through space and time. Magic and time travel is her specialty. She can just send stuff directly to the sun. Let's just say she can teleport skyscraper-sized things through her stepping disc too. This comes in handy in combat because she can just teleport these beings' limbs away and scatter them across the freaking universe. Hacks it because she opened a portal above a sentinel to pour water in its circuitry. Hacks she kind of win. Let's just say she can teleport infinite distance. Like, she can teleport you to like the center of the omniverse or some crap, like places outside like the universal bounds and such. Can jump to any place in the cosmos, any moment in history, implying time travel. Stated she can send somebody to the other side of the universe, win via battlefield removal. Time and stuff gets a little confusing when you spend too much time in limbo. Time moves differently in limbo, so past, present, and future get muddled up. It's because it's a realm that exists beyond the boundaries of space and time, beyond the normal laws of nature. It's a place of transcendent evil where anything is possible. Limbo is like a nexus of reality. She can see different futures, alternate futures, several possibilities, different realities. She technically always has backup. She can summon demons from limbo to fight for her. Like in this case, you see the hands coming to get the opponent she's fighting. These tentacles, a lot of times, she doesn't even have to summon the whole demon to help fight. She can just summon a piece of it to kind of hurt the opponent. Like, this is a debatable topic. Is this her power or is this just her demon's power? Because she can summon them anytime to act as an extension of herself to bust up stuff. You know, like these arms here. Some would definitely call this outside help. What do you guys think, though? Like, this tentacle monster is ripping this guy apart, for example. Like, she don't even have to do nothing. Like, if you can summon big stuff like this, she always has help. You can legit blast her with an attack. She can use your attack against you by simply making a stepping disc portal that pretty much hits you with your own attack you fired at her. It's like what she did to this creature here. Yeah, so you got to be careful about blasting her. She can just turn your blast against you, basically. She knows energy manipulation type spells. She can straight up blast with magical energy blast from her hands without even using soul swords or anything. Just straight up blast power. This goes for her sword too. Her sword, along with herself, even without her using her sword, she can just energy project in general. Her sword or just her hands, which you're going to see me bring back up. She has Hell Lordish type of properties. Like, you know, there's certain areas Hell Lords fight better at. That's kind of the case with her a little bit. Realms that are brimming with magic, she's stronger there. It's kind of a similar theme with the Hell Lords that, you know, that you never fight a Hell Lord in their own dimension kind of thing. It kind of reminds you of this. If she's in a realm full of magic, it helps her out. Like these different locations, she can tap into the magic here. Benheim, Weird World, she implies she can sense the magic here, saying the magic is strong. You can say, depending on which realm she is, she can give herself temporary power-ups, like tapping into the power of the whole ocean of that realm. She can low-key trap you in an energy bubble, like on some Invisible Woman type stuff, summon a whole bunch of swords of energy, blast with fire, dragon-looking constructs. She can cast spells like the Fashanti Shield for personal defense to help her increase her durability, and spells to go invisible because she's been training with Doctor Strange. Little baby forms or displays of telekinesis, maybe? I mean, how do you explain this? She's out here creating outfits. It's implied with a snap of her finger, she can do some transmutation, give the whole team a uniform or outfits. We see him change Cannonball's outfits. We see her change Cannonball's outfit. She's out here threatening to turn beings into a frog and crap, y'all. Can just make certain areas of the room darker. Casting sleepy type spells, casting illusions. Made herself look like Doctor Strange when she wasn't. Can change her voice. It appears that she can just blast with different elemental stuff like water maybe. She really has gotten training from Doctor Strange if she says Winds of Watum, implied here to help control the earth itself. I mean, what is she, an earthbender? I mean, we've seen her kind of sort of summon lightning, blast with fire. Fire seems to be an element she actually uses quite often though. It looked like she did some Human Torch type stuff, turning into a being of like magical fire or some crap here, for example. She can do the thing all magic people usually can do, exist as a spirit apart from the body, go in spirit mode, astral projection. It's confirmed by Professor X she's resistant to psychic beings because of her dark child physiology. You can argue cosmic awareness. Via sorcery, you can say she has mind manipulation, like legit mind wiping. I mean, if you're able to use cerebral, there is some implications that you have some kind of telepathy, right? But she did get kicked out because she doesn't have a lot of experience. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say telepathy is what her shining aspect is. You can almost say she can do some crystal ball type stuff and just kind of spy in different locations, even if she's not there. I mean, what do you call this? Or this. She doesn't have many showings like this, but I guess when you see her clash with beings this much larger than herself, it lets you know her muscle has to be way stronger than normal beings. She might be able to lift several tons based on all this earth she can technically lift. I'll probably go over her versatility some more later on, but let's talk about how hard she can hit though, right? I mean, due to all the different things about her being able to conjure energy directly from the limbo dimension itself, she's described by Emma Frost beings that can kind of do some good sensing because of her telepathy type of abilities, describes her as carrying around an entire dimension of semi-demonic energy inside of her. This is something we rarely ever see, but yeah, she has striking power. Like in this particular situation, she was in her dark child form when she punches aliens, kicking on these beings, damaging them. It's straight up stated in raw strength, her dark child form is really strong. We've seen the weight of her hits punch vampires, kicks people in the air to where they go flying, so there's weight behind her hit. She likes putting her feet in people's faces. Same with elbowing super soldier tears, making them leak. Yeah, sure. Some of these feats are kind of like a mixture of her training, hand-to-hand combat feats, but some of this stuff is just straight up impressive striking strength. Like, look at the size of some of these beings she can affect without relying on her sword. I mean, look what she did to Black Widow with a headbutt. It's for her durability too. She's getting hit without no shields. Let's be honest, we know her body's more resilient than normal humans. You can even argue she can amplify her hits with like energy projection, like how she has electricity behind her punch here. Dark Child her. Let's be honest, when anybody can get this big, I'm pretty sure the strikes are going to be hard. More mass, the punch is going to have more weight automatically just from your weight alone, your size alone. Like, she straight up gives dark magic sorcerer beings the hands with her bare hands as Dark Child. It also helps when you can empower your fist with magical energy. She's able to blast open doors. By putting fire around her sword, she can cut through thick metal like this. So I don't really have an idea on why they say that her soul sword can affect physical stuff, because they say it has no effect on non-supernatural creatures, but how on earth is it able to damage non-magical beings like Giant Man? So yeah, they might have retconned something, writers might have forgot or something, because it's still affecting beings. We've seen it slice robots in half, knock out Black Widow, and it's even narrated that it can render non-magical entities unconscious, they say. So they might have changed some stuff about her. As you can see what it does to Black Widow. See these soldiers she's slicing up? She's blocking physical strikes with her blade. Intangible beings like Vision, no, she can still hit you. When you look at the occasions of her cutting up and damaging sentinels, I'm pretty sure with her blade she could slice buildings in half if she really wanted to, whether it's physical or not. It's pretty much confirmed she can slice and damage physical stuff regardless of what the handbook said. I mean, she can help Thor destroy ships, so she would do this to your building. Look how she's incinerated all these demons with her sword energy projection. Night, rock troll, no head for you, slicing hovercrafts and trees. She can block non-magical type stuff with her blade and use her blade like a surfboard. She can blast a rock slide's arm off, slices rocks here. She can apparently move actual mountains, move your entire school, basically. This is a clear, easy example to understand how hard she can hit, like in this case with Deadpool. The impact of her hit is so wide that it looks like a darn small nuclear bomb she produced that's taller than mountains themselves. That's all magic hitting this hard. She's far scarier than any nuclear weapon, honestly, because when you look at the opponents she fights, powerhouses like Colossus she can damage and kind of make drowsy. Same with Marvel powerhouses like Vision, beings that are really durable. This is the same Vision, y'all, that can withstand hits from God of Strength level beings like Hercules. Beings like Hercules are the same beings that can punch hard enough to demolish planets, y'all. Magic's competing with these kind of beings that can withstand hits from these kind of beings. This would imply with her potent blast strikes, with her soul sword, anything like that, she would be capable of planet-shattering type power, being comparable to these powerhouses. Damaging Vision like that, beings that can go intangible, beings that can make themselves durable enough to withstand hits from super durable beings. Matter of fact, that's kind of an oversimplification when you realize Vision took a hit from Hercules. She can damage Vision, and you remember Hercules can punch with the force to shake the universe, So in turn, this is still really disrespecting Magik, considering she can damage these heavy hitters like Vision, beings that can take hits from Hercules. And it's not even a one-off type situation. I mean, she's been hit by Cyclops, somebody that has blasts that can rip a small planet in half and give Hulk-level characters blisters with his blast. And she's taking blasts from this guy. Like, that lets you know how potent his blasts are. Kind of further implies that she's a planet-shattering level kind of being in Marvel. Just normal Marvel stuff. Right. She has magic that combined beings named the World Eater. Yes, that name is literal. She can get full body armor to make herself more durable, because you guys know how strong Mr. Sinister can get, and look what she did to his head. Magneto is, and we see her kind of push him back here in her Dark Child mode. I mean, magical beings like Doctor Strange, for example, one of the highest ends ones, you could say. He can move moons. I mean, we have to compare Magik to him, obviously, in magical type of knowledge or things like that. This guy can move moons and make them explode with his blast, manipulate literal star beings, and make them go supernova. Oh, you guessed it. We've seen Illyana, especially in her own realm, take on beings like Doctor Strange. So it lets you know how crazy she is in her own realm. It happened off screen. Yeah, so saying she can only destroy planets like Earth or hit with this kind of force with her magic is just oversimplification. She can hit and match the magic of beings, overpower beings, especially in her own realm, beings that can destroy stars, make them go supernova and stuff. She's narrated that be able to hit with the force of a supernova. Are you shocked she can cut with supernova type force after seeing all this stuff in this video? Her magic is law if you fight her in Limbo, especially if she's the ruler of it. Like, to the point where if she's unstable, the dimension itself will start falling apart. Her sorcery was supreme when she used the rule of Limbo. She basically has reality warping in this place. Stated that her rule is absolute law. Mr. Sinister tier beings agree that Illyana is too dangerous. We've seen her hold off War Colossus, who at the time was Apocalypse Horseman of War. She's had it withstood hits from alternate reality apocalypses. Now, this could partly be due to the fact that her sword is like kryptonite to magical type beings. You could say Juggernaut is a magical type being, so you could say part of the reason why she's able to hurt him so bad is because of this nature, but I would think some of this is just her raw striking power too, because it's stated that he should be in agony. She can damage powerhouses in Marvel like Juggernaut, beings we know are up there with Hercules and them. How many characters you know that can do this to Juggernaut where he can't move? Pulls the gem out of him, crushes it, and sends him somewhere else. She has a lot of ways to depower restrain magical beings. Like I said, magical person kryptonite, but even if you're not magical being, she can still give you some problems. I mean, you know she's a powerhouse in the magical world when Doctor Strange says there's little that he could teach her. When a group of sorcerer supreme level beings was needed, Illyana was considered as a sorcerer supreme for her realm supreme of limbo. Stuff like this proves she is a sorcerer supreme tier being along with some of these other beings. Stated here basically to be the main sorcerers of limbo, sorceress supreme of this place, limbo. Her, along with others, are candidates to be a Sorcerer Supreme to possibly replace Doctor Strange. She's up there. We've seen her clash with Doctor Doom. We see her deflect a blast from Scarlet Witch when she was possessed. Man, in her realm, she can literally shatter Limbo to cleanse certain things if she has to, like tearing the fabric of it asunder if necessary. There's certain places only true magicians can go, and guess where she is? If you're still on the fence on her having universe shaking, universe disrupting type magic power, blast power, or whatever up there with the powerhouses, well, look at some energy absorption feats where she can technically give herself temporary power, but you can see how much energy she can contain. She was simultaneously messing up an entire dimension by also absorbing it. She was absorbing the entirety of Limbo. This is basically how she was able to overwhelm Dormammu, like I mentioned earlier, and you see how her appearance looks like Dormammu, kind of absorbing all this power, leaving the dimension complete darkness, ending the Limbo dimension. The whole thing was inside of her, every part. I mean, she kind of absorbed two dimensions because the dark dimension she kind of absorbed too. Like it's stated here that she was not only affecting Limbo, but she was affecting Dormammu's dimension, ripping his dimension apart. Like Dormammu himself even said, "You are a threat to his existence." I mean, look how she's interacting with Dormammu as type beings, like the son of Dormammu, just sending him away. It was so bad we see her greatly hurt Dormammu, blasting back Dormammu. Yeah, she can kind of jump tiers. Like she can become like a celestial tier threat, you could say, depending on the particular situation. When you make Dormammu retreat, you know you scary. I mean, Dormammu, like you've seen in the past, he's a threat for celestial beings, y'all. So that's why her doing this or making Dormammu run is insanity. When Doctor Strange said you could give pause to Dormammu, that says a lot about you. This is consistent when she's literally impressing the different Hell Lords, saying her powers are quite formidable. And of course, you know, the Hell Lord Dormammu's here, along with Hela, Mephisto. Their statements, Illyana stating she could become limitless, she could destroy everything when she's Darkchild. Beings like Bishop don't want to fight Illyana. This is probably her best option when it comes to deflecting damage, because why block the damage when you can just send the damage somewhere else, like how she reflected the bullets here. This also shows her reflexes to be able to make portal in time to be able to dodge these bullets or evade them. Or she can just roll out of the way of bullets. She can deflect the bullets with her blade too, deflects bullet. Even if it's magical, she can deflect or dodge it. Black Widow Stinger she can avoid. Her reflexes are way faster than supersonic type speed. Getting shot by a harpoon, she reflects it from the Sentinel. Implies she can react in a millisecond. She can catch lightning strikes with her stepping disc. That's got to be reflexes for her to know where to put her portals at, right? I mean, she's straight up dodging lightning strike. I would say she's quicker than lightning. Via teleportation, she can react to beings blitzing her like Captain Marvel simulations that are moving at the speed of light. Implied her reflexes can react to light speed stuff. Powerhouse like Thor, she can react to. Before Thor can hit her with the Mjolnir, she can react and dodge it. Illyana believes in the idea of speed equaling weight when it comes to increasing her striking. She uses her portal to gain momentum so she can strike or cut harder against these monsters. Just like the other Marvel powerhouses, she's a high-end magic tier type being that's Hell Lord-ish, if that makes sense. What did you learn new about her? Did you know she can hang with the Sorcerer Supremes of Marvel? Even Doctor Strange himself? Thanks for the donations, everybody. Magik. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.